24th of June, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Very good. All right, more fill. Okay, so let's see. Where did we get up to? Oh, we did the Brisa, Kiktani Brisa, Afapisha Shnehem Modim, even though both the benefactor and the would-be recipient agree. Lo yakzir, lo lazel, lo lazel. We don't give it back to either one of them. That's talking about Matnas Bori, Lav Bar Mahadahu. You can't give the possibility. There's no possibility that's given to the benefactor to change his mind on what he originally benefacted. I'm reading Dilma Kahai Mikara. Imlach, maybe he had number one written up to give to Jew number one. Imlach, and he changed his mind. He's not going to give it to him. Below Yahavale, he never got it. Never gave it to him. If he never gave it to him, so there's nothing happened. Didn't Bahadar cost Shakrina. Then he wrote up document number 2 and gave it to Jew number 2. Oh, so who's the one who's Jew number 2? Got it in his hand. Hashta kahadar be mihahu diahabale. Now, maybe the benefactor is changing his mind, and he doesn't want it from giving it to number 2. So he figures like this: Mahada lo matzino hadronabi. I'm not really able to change my mind when it comes to a matnas board. He knows that. But so therefore, I will say to the Bezdin who the Jew that found the document number 1 that's made out to Jew number 1 returned it to the Bezdin and let them decide what it is that they should do. If I the Hafta Nahad Kasava. Giheka the Kimapik Haiksava the Kadim Zachu Bey who? What does that mean? I'm going to tell them that I in fact did give it over, this document number 1 that they have before them to Jew number one. And he was the one that I gave the gift to at the time that it's written in that star. And this is a flat out lie. Unahadru nahale kasava. And then I, subsequent to that, did an about face, and I oh, and by the way, and of course, the understanding is that we're saying that whose hand did it fall from, and find itself in the middle of the shuk where the finder found it and gave it back to the Bezdin. It was found. It was lost from the hand of Jew number one. So if they're going to ask Jew number one, did you receive it and it fell from you? He's going to say, yeah, that's exactly what happened. So we got two big fat liars over here in this scenario, right? And not only that, but it's at the expense of Jew number two. It's not a white lie. So accordingly, this benefactor figures that with this story that he concocts, he's going to get it. He's going to get the Bezdin to return the lost document to Jew number one. The Kadam. What is that? What is? I'm hearing a lot of background talk. We have some other Talmidim.
It could be me. I've got a lot of background noise. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so if the Bezdin is going to therefore accordingly give back this star number one to Jew number one, so now Jew number one is going to have this star in his hand, and accordingly, if he's going to make a din Torah with Jew number two about who owns this let's say that it was the gift was Blackacre. It says Blackacre on document number one and also on document number two. So if Jew number one is going to take Jew number two to a din Torah, so the Bezdin is going to look at the shtaros and they're going to say, well, look, both of these shtaros are matnas boris. Doesn't mention anything in the shtar about how the person was on his deathbed when he made this bequest, when he made this benefaction. So according to that, so we go with the one who has the right to the property is the one that the benefactor originally gave the first document to. So it'll come out that Jew number one will be awarded the Blackacre. So that's what we're worried might happen if we return the document.
I thought we said that that the Jew number 2 got the document first.
He did.
So his date should be earlier.
No, well, remember what happened was like this. The benefactor decided to give to make a gift. He made a decision to make a gift of Blackacre to Jew number 1. Step 1. Step 2, he goes to a scribe and has the document written up. Step 3, he changes his mind. He says, I don't want to give Blackacre to Jew number 1. And he doesn't give it to him, doesn't give him the document. Then step 4 is he says, oh, I want to give this Blackacre to Jew number 2. So he goes to the scribe, and the scribe writes another document, document number 2, which gives the property to Jew number 2. So even though that shtar could have a date of a month later or even more, but what happened is that the benefactor took this document number 2, and he gave it to Jew number 2 in his hand. Jew number 1 never got the document in his hand. Jew number 2 got the document in his hand. So who's the one who's been given the property according to the proper din is Jew number 2.
But now what you're saying is the benefactor, step number 5, the benefactor gives this first document to Jew number 1.
Then now what happened was the document number 1 was found in the shuk. Who did it fall from? It fell from the benefactor. Maybe he just threw it away somewhere. Maybe he didn't lose it altogether. He just discarded it. It was found in the shuk, and the person, being a good Jew, he picked up the document and said, oh, this might belong to somebody. So I don't know who it belongs to. Oh, there's all sorts of halachas. You have to learn the Gemora and Bava Metzia. You have to learn Shnaim Oksim. And I know that. So I know that I don't know. And so I'm not going to give it back to anybody. I'm going to go to the Beis Din and give it to them. They'll know what to do. So he gives it to the Beis Din. And now the Beis Din has to know what to do. So if you look at the Brisa that the Gemora we have tells us what to do, the Brisa says, don't give this document back. Don't give it to the Jew number 1 that it's made out to, and also don't give it back to the benefactor who gave it to him. Don't give it back to either one of them. Don't give it back to anybody. That's what it says in the Brisa. And we're trying to explain why it is that you don't give it back. And the Brisa says, even if the benefactor says, yes, I made this document out to give to Blackacre to Jew number 1, and Jew number 1 says, yeah, he gave it to me. Even though they both say that, the Brisa says, don't give it back to either one of them. Now, our Gemora is explaining why you don't give it back. What could be the fallout that could happen from giving it back to them? So we're just pointing out that the Gemora is coming up with quite a scary scenario, that we're worried about the possibility that the benefactor, look, he changed his mind once. He had the document originally written, give to Jew number 2, and he goes through with it. He goes through with it. He gives it to Jew number 2. The Kenyan in the hand of Jew number 2. He owns Blackacre. Sometime thereafter, the document is found in the Bezdin. I mean, the document is found in the Shuk. It's returned to the Bezdin. Bezdin has the document. What do? The benefactor shows up in Bezdin, and Jew number 1 shows up in Bezdin. And they have this whole tall tale about how the document fell from the hand of Jew number 1, and the benefactor gave it to Jew number 1 originally on the date of the shtar that it says. So lest the Bezdin fall for that, the Brisa says, don't give it back to either one of them. That's what we're learning. Okay. Now, with all of that, we should have some Rashi here.
Okay. I don't know where we're up to actually with all this.
Where are we up to? That's a good question. I know we didn't do that. Kasfa Iu Ben. Oh, we didn't get up to that. We don't have any story about a Ben. Maybe we'll wait on there's a very long Rashi over here. Maybe we'll wait on it. Let's keep going in the Gemora. Phil, if you want to, you could read because you haven't read anything for a while. Now the Gemora is saying Ella, Amrinin Lay.
Okay, wait a minute.
This is
Ella.
About in the middle of the page.
Well, Amrinin Lay. Rather, we say to him. Okay, and this is the hymn that we're talking about. The art scroll says is the benefactor. And I just lost my place again. Anan, we high, katva, the kadim. I'm the wrong line. Am I right that line? Yeah, is that right? Yeah. No. Let me go back again to where I had my place. No. Anan hey katva lo yavidin li. This thing that was written, we don't give it to him. Bahai to him because Dilmer perhaps mikatav kadva because it was that it was you wrote this
right.
Let me go back again. I said that he wrote it. Kehichi. The place keeps getting mixed. Wrote it. Lo you wrote it and you didn't give it to him. It was written, but it really wasn't. It wasn't really delivered, so it's not an official document yet. You just wrote it for yourself, but you didn't decide to give it yet. So maybe it's not valid because you didn't give it to him.
Right.
Or possibly, or high, or perhaps, and you did give it to him. So we have it possible. We don't know if you did give it to him or you didn't give it to him.
No, but you have to inish achrina, but you and you gave it to a different person.
Okay, wait
Now
a
the
second.
it, yeah?
Lahai Dilma Miktav Katav.
This document,
You didn't give it to him, but
you didn't give it to him.
Gave it to somebody else.
Dilma Miktav Kasavta. Maybe you wrote it.
And you
You
gave it
don't
to somebody
deny
else.
that you wrote it. Miha Bloya Yahavta Nahale. But you didn't, in the end of the day, you didn't give it to him. You have to learn the Shakrina. Oh, and when it says, and you gave it to someone else, it's not talking about the document. The document was not given to somebody else. The document, because it's made out to Jew number one. So he had a different document written up, and it is referring to Blackacre. Blackacre was given to Inishakrina, Jew number two. V'kahadarta be, continue, please.
Right, so after the ka hadarta, and then this hadarta is going back on it. He retracts it.
Yeah. Now he changed his mind. The benefactor changed his mind a second time, and he doesn't want that Jew number two has Blackacre, but he wants to give it to Jew number one again, like he originally planned.
Okay, so now we change. Let me go after I lost my change my line. I'm up to the change of his mind, right? That was the vaka. Wait a second. And now he changed his mind. He didn't give it to another person, and he didn't give it to another person. He changed it, so he changed his mind, and he didn't give it to the second person. Right. So now he didn't give it to the second person. And now buy it. The head of it, high. It's a problem if he gave it. The high kativ, right? Whoever he wrote it to.
Oh, what's the say over here? Iloya hafta le'inishakrina. If in fact it's true, in other words, that you did not give it to anybody else.
Right. If you want to give it to him, katva write another thing for him. Chashta katva.
And you do want to give it to this person, Jew number one. If you didn't really give it to Jew number two, and if there's no such a document as document two that was given to Jew number two, and you wanted, in fact, give this property to Jew number one. So what we tell you is Kesivle Hashta Kesava Akrina.
So write it and then give it to somebody else.
Write him a different document. Don't give him back this, right? He's telling us, this benefactor, yes, this is the document that I wrote for him. Document number one, it's made out to Jew number one. So please listen to my command and give this document that you have in your Bezdin that somebody gave to you that was lost, give it back to him because it was lost from him. So the Bezdin is answering, no. If you want to give Jew number one this document, if you want to really give this Blackacre to Jew number one, you know what you got to do? Gemora says, the kabois l'sasva lahai. You want to give it to this one? Ksivle hashta. Right for him now. Right for him now. Gesava akrina. a different document, a new different document. And give it to him. You give it to him. We're not going to give this old document to him. If you want to give him if you want to give him Blackacre, so you write a new document and give it to him. Now, does everybody understand what the wisdom of doing that is going to be? Before we read the Gemora, we could figure it out. We're not giving back the document number one. Let's make it very clear. Document number one was dated Rosh Chodesh Nisan, and document number two was dated Rosh Chodesh Iyar. So now this benefactor is showing up in Bezdin, and in let's say a month after that. What's after Iyar? Sivan. He's showing up in Sivan in the Bezdin, and he's demanding that the found document of document number one should be given back to Jew number one. So the Bezdin is saying to him like this: listen, if you truly want to give this property now to Jew number one, and you claim that you never wrote a subsequent document to anybody else, so this is what we're gonna do. We're not going to give back document number one to Jew number one. We're not going to do that. But if you want to give him Blackacre, so you write a new document for Jew number one today on Rosh Chodesh Sivan. What's the benefit of that? What's the accomplishment of that? If there's no other documents that are floating around, so this Jew is he's going to be the true owner of the property, because there's no other documents that have been given. And this one that the Bezdin has, they're not giving up. They're not giving it out to anybody. And he's the one that's holding this document, Jew number one, that says Rosh Chodesh Sivan. And that's the earliest known document that we know of for Blackacre. Now, of course, if there is, in fact, another document, because the benefactor is lying through his teeth, and really he gave a document number two, he gave to Jew number two in Rosh Chodesh Iyar, a month after he changed his mind from giving to Jew number one. So now, if these two guys come into Bezdin to litigate who's gonna own the Blackacre, who's gonna win the case. You got Jew number two. He's holding a document that's written on it Rosh Chodesh Iyar, and you got Jew number one who's holding a document that says Rosh Chodesh Sivan. Who's gonna win?
The later one. Sivan.
No.
This one.
The earlier one.
The earlier one is going to win. The earlier one is going to win. Right? This benefactor, he's claiming, listen, there's no problem. You can believe me. I never wrote any document out to anybody else, giving Blackacre to anybody else. So you may as well give him this document and save me the $200 that it's going to cost to pay the scribe to write another document. The Bezdin says, I'm sorry, sir, we can't do that for you. He's going to be very angry. We can't do that for you. If you want to give this property to Jew number one, you write a new document today and give it to him. Oh, so it'll cost you $200? Okay, that's not our problem.
But how does that help? He can Jew can still win.
Yeah,
the
why?
case.
Oh, so who's going to win who's going to win the case now? Jew number one has the document that says Rosh Chodesh Iyar. Jew number two, I'm sorry, Sorry, strike that. Wrong. Jew number 2 was given the document that says Blackacre is yours. Jew number 2 was given that document on Rosh Chodesh Iyar. It's already been given to him. He's already holding it in his hand. This benefactor, he's coming into Bezdin after all of that, and this lost document has been found, document number 1, which says actually on it Rosh Chodesh Nisan, right? But the truth of the matter is, it was never given to Jew number 1. He changed his mind, the benefactor. He never gave it to him. So Jew number 1 never got this gift of Blackacre from the benefactor because he never followed through with the thing to give it to him. And he changed his mind. He's not going to give it to Jew number 1. And then he decided he's going to rather give it to Jew number 2. He wrote a document and he gave it to Jew number 2. Jew number 2 at that point on Rosh Chodesh Iyar is now the owner of Blackacre. Subsequent to this, they found document number 1 in the shuk, and it's now in the auspices of the Bezdin. And you got the benefactor coming into Bezdin and demanding that the Bezdin return the document number 1 to Jew number 1. But the Bezdin says, I'm sorry, sir, but we can't do that for you. If you really want to give this property to Jew number 1, so we suggest that you have a new document written up today, and you give that document today to Jew number 1. And if it's as you say, that you never changed your mind and gave it to anybody else, so Jew number 1 will be the owner of Blackacre. However, if there is somebody else that you already gave the property to, and he in fact is holding a document because you gave it to him, and the date of that document is Rosh Chodesh Iyar, so who's going to win in a din Torah between Jew number 1 and Jew number 2? Jew number 1 has a document now that's been written on Rosh Chodesh Sivan and given to him. But Jew number 2 has a document that was written before that, Rosh Chodesh Iyar. Who's going to win in the Bezdin?
ER.
ER is going to win. Why is ER going to win?
Because he can't retract.
Because that's exactly right. That's the rule that we're learning here in the case of a matnas bori, in the case of a gift which is being given by a healthy person. Once he gives the gift, it's given, and he can't change his mind. The only time that he has to change his mind is the time between the time that it's written and the giving. The fact that it was written doesn't mean that Jew number 1 owns it yet. He's only going to own it at the point that that the benefactor takes that document and gives it to Jew number 1. So since he never did that, Jew number 1 never owned Blackacre. Okay.
Okay. Take care. It's time.
Thank you.
Well, that's it already. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Very good summary.
Okay.
Very helpful.
Okay. Baruch Hashem.
Bye
We're getting it. Slowly but surely.
Bye for now.
Okay. Take
All
care.
the best.